Mr. T drop off the key, give Shanique, a registered nurse in America, at a pharmacy.
Ross, so you tell me, she inject the pitney? What a girl wicked. Kiss me neck back.
Give me a yard boss TV.
Must see me over TikTok. So drop a subscribe over YouTube now, man. Wanna wait, pal? No, sir. Well, let's look at this possibility. So one, she's a registered nurse. We don't know what she fly down with in her suitcase. We don't know if she take prescription drugs. We don't know if you give somebody a certain amount of dose of a specific drug that would actually unalive the person. We don't know. But the fact that Mr. T mentioned that he actually met Shanique at the pharmacy around 9 a.m. in the morning, when the pharmacy should be open at 9 a.m. in the morning, that make J Progress say, I wonder if she inject the little boy. And then me I look upon it and me I say, could she have injected Jayden, a 13-year-old boy? Alright, let's look at it this way. How difficult it is, right, to unalive a 13-year-old boy. You see, Jayden wanna look upon him and say him look a bit uncranny. But in a situation where if somebody is strangling you at 13 years old, a 13-year-old male, only ever see a 13-year-old male uncontrollable in a rage fighting for his life, him get supernatural power to actually survive. So she know that. And remember, she is a registered nurse and she deal with people on a daily basis. And she know the strength of that little boy if his back is against the wall fighting for his life. Well, if him get little bit of lick here and there, he might comply, he might obey. But when him see him life a snuff out of him body, him go in a defensive mode. That is just a natural reflex. Him go fight back in order to survive. So she know this. And that may be the reason why she was at the pharmacy in the early morning to get something to add to the concoction. And then you ask herself, how should I get needles? She can't come on the plane with any needles. But remember, she went to the hospital early Friday morning to relieve her mom. She's a registered nurse, so it's not difficult for her to get her hand on 1 or 2 needles. And she go to the pharmacy. The pharmacy, it might be a little bit more difficult to get needles from the pharmacy. But you can get the pharmacist a story and probably get a needle as a registered nurse from the big, mighty United States of America. So is this theory plausible? It is plausible if you look at what a 13-year-old male could do if his back is against the wall, knowing that in life I go get snuff out from him. No, sir. Jaja. Well, if she indeed injected him with lethal injection to take his life, then this would be considered a premeditated murder. And premeditated murder carries a higher and longer sentence in a prison. Yeah, if she injected him, because this is how it's premeditated. One, she had to obtain the needle, the syringe, whatever them call it. Then she have to actually build up the concoction or think of the concoction to put in the syringe. Yeah? And then once she get the syringe and the concoction together and put it in there, she have to drive all the way to Megamart to pick him up after 4:30. And then you administer the drug between 4:30 and about 5:45. So an hour and 15 minutes to administer the deadly dose of the concoction. I want to think, is that something that actually makes sense. Thinking about a 13-year-old whose back is against the wall, knowing that his life is going to be snuffed out from him, how enraged that individual would be to get away. You can't choke him. No, me not think you can choke him. 2 people, 3 people can't control him. Even if Demar was in that car, and Demar is 15 years old, trust me, Demar himself cannot control Jayden in a car. And the 2 women them cannot control him in that car. If them are give him some licks, yeah, you can control him. I'm gonna sit down and them are gonna say, alright, them just beat me. But when it come to you try snuff out him life, if you try choke him, him a go flee, him a go run, him a go fight back. So in order for him not to fight back now, you think, is it plausible that she knew that based on her experience to say, we can't do it that way, we have to apply the lethal injection? And then again, we're saying that people are saying that Demar and the cousin and the person by the name of Tommy was in the car. Well, me hear L.A. Lewis this morning, I say, because you know L.A. Lewis have the inside link. L.A. Lewis, I say, Shanique was in a black Mark X, and that was the car that went and picked up Jayden from the Mega Mart. So really and truly, you can't 100% say that Demar and Tommy was present when whoever pick up Jayden. You can't say it for 100% unless you get a confession. So if she was the only one that went to pick up Jayden, if Shanique was the only one that went to pick up Jayden, you think she big and bad and bold enough to handle a 13-year-old in rage? You think she can choke out Jayden with her 2 hands? No, sir, you're mad. Him, in a rage, can beat her up in a fist-to-fist fight. Me guarantee you that. If him get mad and defensive and him a fight for him life, him can mash up Shanique in a fist-to-fist match. And she knows that. So hence, she either had help in the car. And even if she had help in the car, it would be extremely difficult for all 3 of them to choke him out. Some way, somehow, he would have wiggled him way out of the car there and run away. It would have been hell and powder house in the car there. Because him not going to just sit down and make them choke him out and strangle him. So, him not going to do that. So, the next best thing would be to inject him with the concoction. What do you think? Is J Progress thinking on the right path that some form of concoction was involved? Well, we do have a body. We do have a confession. All we have is theories. But we know we already solved the case. We just look upon that theory, right, to see if it's possible. It makes sense. 9 a.m. at the pharmacy. Registered nurse. 13-year-old. Male. Cranny. But strong when his back is against the wall. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. And remember to subscribe for more updates on this case. What good, my people? Peace out.